never lose. I will succeed, not immediately, but absolutely and definitely. I will take action when others hesitate. I will think big when others don't. I will sacrifice when others won't. I will dare to dream of greatness when others fear it. I will outwork my competition day and night. I am the captain of my fate, the master of my soul, the boss of my dreams, the king of my goals.
You have to be a leader, to be unique, to be hungry always and never satisfied. Proud, but never satisfied. To be followed by the competition, to take criticism and negativity and use it to build your greatness, to survive the storms and the tough moments, to be humble in the good times. It is sacrificing your today for a better tomorrow. It is living a few years of your life like others won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like others can. That sacrifice, the dedication, the commitment, the discipline. Only rare human beings have these qualities. Only the very best among us. Then there's failure. Because we all know that it is coming. It is human nature. I mean, find me a successful human that has never failed. You can't. They don't exist. The only difference between the extremely successful among us in any field and the unknown, the only difference, the successful guy didn't give up. He found a way when there seemed to be no way. The other guy, he threw in the towel. Failure is simply learning another way not to do something. There are great lessons in failure.
When it comes to success, there is rarely ever a time when luck comes into play.
Hard work, however, always comes into play. There is no greater satisfaction in life than that of hard work paid off. No greater satisfaction than knowing you are self-made. Take action while all others are sitting on their hands. The great difference between the somebodies and the nobodies very often only comes down to who is willing to take action, who is willing to put in the work, the grind. Are you willing?
Nice, Sonia. Nice. I think that sums it up. What do you guys think? Good video. Good video. So hang on one second. Let me put my slideshow up so I'm not preoccupied here. Where am I? Is this it? Okay. Can you see that? Yes? Somebody? Thumbs up? Okay, perfect. All right. So, you know, and I'm listening to that, and, you know, just some of the words that just pop into my head, right, that I heard: sacrifice, dedication, discipline, commitment, did not give up, found a way. I mean, you know, we talk about these things all the time, and everybody's always looking for the magic answer, but no one wants to hear the answer. Okay, everybody likes the idea of some magic phrase. Okay, but there's really no magic answer, you know, to anything. It is discipline, it is dedication, right? It is sacrifice, it is a commitment. And it's what I was embedded into my brain for years, was figure it out. And not in a nice way, okay? Every time I would come up with a concern, right, or a problem, it would just go right back to me, figure it out. And if I wasn't ready to hear that, right, or I took offense to that, right, in this world of everybody taking offense to everything, don't even look at somebody wrong, right, people quit. Okay, and that's it's, you know, you got to go through whatever you have to go through, and that gives you your coat of armor. And once you have your coat of armor, right? Figuring it out is easy. But in the beginning, right, we take everything personally. So, you know, I want to continue with the theme that we've done all week, which is really, you know, closing sales. You know, you want to call it closing, whatever you want to call it. But my thing is that everybody's got to be prepared. And what you have to be prepared for is 4 out of every 5 sales calls will end with a no. Just think about that. This is not my training. This is a training that's been around, right, since Adam and Eve, right? You got to go out there and you got to kiss a lot of people, right, to find somebody, right, that accepts it. And that's the same thing here in sales. If you have a problem with the word no, you've picked a very interesting profession. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to get people, right, to want what we have. That's what it is. But if we know for every 4 or every 5 people we talk to, you hear 4 no's, now you're just prepared. So now the 4 no's should have no effect on you. But here's my question. Do they? Can I tell you the best problem you're going to have? The best problem you're going to have is to hear 4 no's if you have 5 people to talk to. There's the problem. Most people don't have 5 people to talk to. They're trying to figure out who to talk to because they've already pre-qualified them. They've already determined who will and who won't. They won't make their comprehensive list, so we can't go through the no's to get the yes. That's it. We had our event last night. I've been talking to you guys about it. And, you know, we had about 40 people at the house. Well, I know Lisa did a Facebook Live with it. And, you know, we had a little cocktail social area. But here's all I saw. When I was in front of the room and I was doing a presentation, here's all I saw. Okay, I saw 40 people. I didn't have, I could run my numbers with 40. So let's just do it together. How many times does 5 go into 40? 8, right? So how many no's am I going to get? How many no's out of 40 am I going to get? I'm already expecting it. 4 times 8, 32 no's, I'm going to get 8 yeses. But I had 40 people to talk to. That's the point, everybody. So it's not a matter how good Jeff is. It has nothing to do with the presentation. I had the number of people to get 8 yeses. That's the message. I didn't do anything. Fran did the work. Fran and Tariq did the work. They put the 40 people in the room. I just did PowerPoint slides. And it doesn't matter who did the PowerPoint slides. I promise you, the 40 people, you're going to get a percentage. Most people won't have the percentage to run. You're trying to run your numbers with 2 people in your funnel. That's the problem. That's it in a nutshell. So I know you're going to get 8 yeses. With what though? With the proper follow-up, right? With the proper next step. So that's the key. That's why I told everybody here, no matter what business you're in, right? If you just put a group of people together and you make it a little bit fun, you put some music on, you're going to get people, and I promise you the next one will be twice as big. Why? The word's going to get out. They're going to say, wow, that was a very cool thing. You should go to that house. Right? They're nice people. And the people that were there were all great people. It was great networking. You got to make it happen. And that was just that. And I'm not saying that's the end all, but at some point, guys, you got to understand what business you're in. And the business we're in is people. That's it. And if you could get a group of people having some fun with some great information, you're going to run numbers. It's going to be phenomenal. Okay, but key factors in successful selling. One of the key factors in successful selling is to be prepared to hear no and continue. When the prospect, right, I don't think so, or whatever it is, it's got to just be water off your back. I mean, after the presentation, no one left. They just sat there. And here come the questions, right? And some of the questions were meant to try to throw me off. Okay, and guess what I did? I answered as honestly as I could. I said, I don't know that answer. We'll have to get back to you. I don't know. Guess what? That may be a roadblock. We're a startup, just transparent. And guess what? It drew them closer. See, if you don't have the answer, right, or if you hear a no, what do you got to do? Just keep moving forward. But the only way to get good at doing this is to start going out there and practicing, as we talk about almost every day. But that's why I said there's nothing like experience in it. I mean, I know Fran and I know Tariq. They didn't know what to expect. Fran's never been to anything like that. Tariq, the person that actually put it together, he sat there. He was like a nervous chihuahua. Right? He was just sitting there. He goes, oh my gosh, I put my credibility on the line. I don't know what I'm really inviting to. Jeff just told me he'd open up his home to me and to bring people, and I did. And he was sitting there nervous. And then all of a sudden he experienced it. Because I told him, I go, Tariq, just sit in and take it in and watch what we do. At the end of the night, he's going, oh my gosh, that was the greatest thing in the world. Everybody loved it. Okay, now guess what? Watch what happens 2 weeks later. Because that's when we're going to do another one. And watch the numbers in 2 weeks. So that's going to expand. See, this is what I'm talking about, making it happen. These are the things. And you can find your little niches. Okay, whatever it may be. You may be running numbers on LinkedIn. You may be running numbers on Facebook, Facebook Lives, Instagram, right? Whatever it is. But I'm telling you, to really come out, have a social event. Have a social event at the house. And don't worry about your house. A lot of people go, I don't have the kind of house. Well, listen, if you had a 1-year-old's birthday party, does it matter about your house? You don't care. You could live in a hut and you'd have 50 people over. Hey, welcome to my hut. But it's my 1-year-old birthday. Doesn't matter where you live. Don't worry about all that. See the stuff that gets in the way? I don't have a nice enough house. But let me ask you this. Do you have a nice enough desire? Then it doesn't matter. No one cares. You know what they want to know? Okay, are you driven? And when people finally start to believe you're driven, guess what happens? It draws them closer to you. It puts you more on a pedestal. It puts you above them. And people leave there. Even if they might not get involved, all those no's, you know what they're saying? Man, that person believes in what they're doing. It may not be for me, but guess what? They may lead you to somebody. But it's putting the word out there that you are in a business. Does everybody in your warm market contacts know what business you're in? I'm talking about everybody. But see, if you had a traditional business, I promise you everybody would know. And I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying you haven't. But I do know, okay, if I look at myself, which I always do first, not everybody knew what I did for the first 2 years. They didn't. Even though I would tell everybody, I made my list. I've talked to everybody. I didn't. Why? Because rejection, as you see here, okay, is a hindrance. It's the fear of rejection. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is if someone says no, those 32 people that will say no from that meeting, I'm sure our numbers will probably be a little bit better than that, okay? But if I'm prepared for 32 no's, does that bother me? No. No, because I know I planted a seed in all those no's. I put the fear of loss in them. They didn't put the fear of, their no is not the fear of loss in me. I put the fear of loss in them. Because I said, listen, if it's not for you, do you know somebody? So you must realize that a no is not personal. It is not aimed at you as an individual when a person says no. They're not saying no to you in most cases. They're saying no to your offering for a series of reasons, most of which you can do nothing about. In other words, there's unsolvable problems out there. I've told you all this. Most people are saying no to themselves because they know themselves. And guess where most of the business was done? You think most of the business was done, okay, when we did the PowerPoint slides? No. The business was done in the hour before the presentation when we were socializing. The business was done after the presentation when we were socializing. Because I don't close. I don't close. I show information. I close on the camaraderie. I close on highlighting the people that are involved with us. That's how I close. How can you not want to get involved with us? That's how I want to close business. And if someone says no to that, guess what? You all know what I'm going to say, right? I didn't want them anyway. See ya. Thanks for coming. Thanks for eating Fran's cheese. Right? Take some crackers with you. Here's a baggie. You want some food? Take it with you. Bye. Okay? I don't care. Because I'm not trying to get anybody. Because I have what they want. They just don't know it. And if they say no, okay, that's not fear. But see, in the beginning, you know what your job is? To face your fear. That's why I keep telling you all, have an event. Doesn't matter how many people. You don't have to have 40 people. Most of our events when we first started had 4 to 6 people. And it was good practice. But guess what happened? Man, it caught on fire. It caught on fire. Then from 4 to 6, it was 10. Okay, I promise I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to show you some of the pictures of some of our events in the past. Your jaw will drop. I mean, like I told you, man, the guard gate would be all wrapped around onto PCH, Pacific Coast Highway. That's how many cars were coming in. Okay, why? Because there was fun and there was a way to make money, and that becomes contagious. But confront your fear. Don't do the things you fear and ask for the order, okay? Now I'll give you an example. And I'm going to address, well, the person will know who I'm addressing here. I got a text yesterday from somebody saying, listen, I'm working really, really hard. I want to win this contest. I got 5 people on the fence. I got 5 people on the fence that are right there. I can't pull them over the finish line. And I said to this person, I said, well, let me talk to you. I'm going to talk to you now, okay? You know what you got to do? You got to call and ask for the order. Do it for me close. If they're close, do it for me. You know how much business I used to close at the end when I would say, listen, I'm in a contest. If you're going to do it anyway, I'm asking you to do it now. Do it for me. And that wasn't magic, but a couple of people said, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm in. Sometimes you just got to ask, okay, if they're on the fence. And now obviously, I'm only saying to use that if there's a rapport there. Right? You don't tell a stranger, hey, by the way, do it for me. Who are you? You don't do that, right? I didn't say that last night in front of 40 people I didn't know. But sometimes you just got to say that. Listen, we're going to be working very closely together. If you're going to do it anyway, right? Because I want to set your business plan. I'm going to be working very closely with you. If you're going to do it anyway, will you do it for me now? I'm in this contest. It would help me. Okay, now you put it really directly on them. Now that's if you have somebody that's maybe been to a webinar. You've done 2 or 3 three-way calls. They have all the information. You know they do. There's nothing else except they're procrastinating. Well, sometimes you got to hit them. And this way, it'll be freeing to be able to maybe cross them off your list. Because if you do that and they still don't do it, I'm telling you, you're going to waste your time. Just go to the next one. Okay, so sometimes understand that if someone's been on the fence and they've gotten all the information, I know a lot of you have these types of people, right? And you pulled in a 3-way call, right? You got to either fish or cut bait with this person. And maybe ask the question, what is it you need to make a decision? Because I'm at a loss. You've been on a webinar. I've done 2 3-way calls. You've been through the website. You did your due diligence and all that stuff. What is it I can help you with to help you make that decision? And this way you just move past it, because they'll drive you nuts. They'll drive you to drink. I promise you that, okay? Can't tell you how many times we've gone to 2 or 3 bottles of wine, okay? Lisa and I, just worrying about all the no's, okay? And then putting on music and dancing. That's a scary sight. All right, expect sales resistance. See, resistance is normal and natural in every sales conversation. People have to feel that they're asking intelligent questions, even though they're not intelligent. You're going to go through it. You're going to get resistance. Nothing ever goes smoothly, right? But you just have to keep moving forward. At the moment of making a buying decision, this fear, this uneasiness, this tension starts to build up. See, tension only builds up if you don't follow what I'm telling you here. I don't have tension. I just want to, I'm listening, right? I'm listening to their fears. I'm listening to their doubts. I'm getting them to talk. I'm not trying to close. They have the information. But our job is to get through the moment of tension as quickly and as painlessly as possible. That's what good closing techniques are for. Now, this is all talking about technique. What I'm trying to embed into your brain is your belief is the technique. See, I believe when you start overcoming and closing, okay, then it's like a book. And there's certain things that will help you, yes, but the number one thing that helps you is your unwavering belief in what you do. Otherwise, now you got to use these techniques, as they call them. Okay, so but let's go through some of them, and I'll spin it back and forth. Okay, now let me just do something here. Just remember that closing techniques are not ways of manipulating other people. They are not techniques to get people to buy things they don't want, don't need, can't use, and can't afford. They are techniques to help get people past that moment of tension. The professional salesperson takes the prospect smoothly past the point of closing, making it easy for the prospect to make a decision. That's what it's all about. Okay, making it easy. Now, how do you make it easy? Showing them the value of what you're offering. Remember that whole segment? What are you offering? Matching the right offer to the person. I'll give you an example. One of the doctors last night, I showed them, you guys know what we do, right? We have a telemedicine business. And I'm just painting the picture for you. So there's 3 ways a person could participate. They could just be a user of the telemedicine, right? If it's a physician, they could take their practice and turn it into a concierge type practice, like a boutique practice. Or they could take advantage of our freemium program. So an example of that was the person said, listen, okay, I hear what you have to offer, but I can't make my practice concierge. So do you think I kept forcing the concierge program on that person? Of course not. I made it easy because our concierge program costs money. So I said, listen, that's probably not beneficial for you. Let's just get you on our freemium program. Now, I took it off the money and said, listen, then do what's best for you. And guess what? When you adopt our freemium program, later on, if you want to upgrade to be a concierge, you could always do that. Oh, I can? Where's the paperwork? Here, just fill this out, and we'll get you that information. So it's matching the opportunity to the person you're talking to. Right? That's why I keep saying to all of you, you got to understand what you're offering. You have to know what you're trying to accomplish. That's another big point. Do you even know when you start talking to people where you're trying to lead them? Some people just talk with no awareness of where you're trying to get them to go. Are you trying to get them to become a consumer? Are you trying to get them involved in your business? What is your purpose? And once you understand your purpose, you'll take them down that road. Usually the most confused person is not the prospect. It's the person talking to the prospect. And in most cases, that's what it is, I'm telling you. Because I hear, and I'm not talking about last night, I'm talking about in general, when I'm around some of the distributors. And I would listen and eavesdrop on conversations. I'm going, what's the purpose of this conversation? It's leading people. And you know where I want to lead them in the beginning? A lot of you know this. I want to know all about them. I'm never going to get into a conversation without flopping that person. Never. Because that's what's going to give me the roadmap to lead them where I want. Find out about their family, where they live, their occupation, their passion. That's how I find the hot button. You see what it says right here? The hot button? That's it. That's the holy grail. Finding out what they want. So in the beginning, when I did the presentation, guess what I did? Because I couldn't get to all 40 people, my opening was throwing out all the things that I know potentially they would want. Why? I understood my audience. When you make your list, do you understand the audience? When you make your initial list, Uncle Joe, do you know Uncle Joe, everything about him? Then you got to find Uncle Joe's hot button. I knew what was facing doctors before I went in front of that room. I know they're not making the kind of money they used to make. I know they're working harder and longer. I know the insurance companies are taking money from them. I know they're not being paid what they're worth. But I do know, one thing I do know, they control their patient base. They have something that everybody wants. Why do you think people go after doctors? Because they know they have a patient base that they listen to. So I was just trying to get those doctors to think, why not take that base and offer them something the insurance companies are offering? What? Telemedicine. You could spin this with any product, guys. And why not you make the money? That's what I kept saying. Why not you? Why not you? So I'm trying to find their hot button. But see, when you make a list of people, you got to know their hot buttons. When you meet a person, you got to find their hot button. And this is when you find that, you stay on it, and now you're not closing. The hot button close is based on the fact that 80% of the buying decision is determined by 20% of the product. How many times have I told you this? Okay, most people, and I sat in front of the room yesterday. I go, listen, I'm going to talk very frank with you guys. I'm going to talk to you about money. Is that okay? Because people go, let's avoid the money. No, why are you working? Why did you go to school for 12 years? Because you just want to volunteer. They all laughed. I go, let's just talk about what we're here to talk about. It's called money. See, I go right in, guys. I go in honestly because I don't need all the fluff. If you want to talk about how the product works, I'm the wrong guy. I'm the right guy to show you how to make money. Now they're paying attention. Because I believe that. I know why people go to work every day. I know why people stay at a job for 40 years in a job they don't like. Right? Knowing that they're going to have to maybe subsidize their income when they get ready to retire. So of course I'm going to talk about money. People say, don't talk about money. Don't talk about multi-level. What? See, now I'm just trying to transfer my belief onto you. I'm not saying to do what I'm doing. Okay? You got to take baby steps, some of you. Some of you are ready to hear this. Because I'm not embarrassed. That's what comes through me. I'm not embarrassed of what I do, no matter what it is. Because I know without a doubt, I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, and that person who says yes to me is going to be in good hands. Doesn't mean he's going to be successful, that's for sure. But he's going to have a better chance of success, right? With somebody that believes and someone who doesn't. That's what has to come across. Can you imagine a doctor seeing a patient go, well, let's see, hang on a second here. I'm not sure. Well, let's try this, and maybe we'll try that. Would you go back to that doctor? Listen, don't worry. I got you. Just got your test back. Here's exactly what we need to combat what you got. Oh, okay. You give direction, right? Same thing here. You're the doctor. You're the doctor of finance. You're the doctor of changing people's situations. Give them the right diagnosis. Let me give you the right diagnosis, Larry. You're broke. And if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. I'm here to help, brother. Let me show you my plan. See this product? We're going to get it into your marketplace. And when we do that, we're going to make X amount of money. Now, you think he's going to doubt me? Now, if he does, see you, Larry. But I'm going to give him his diagnosis. What do you think I'm trying to do when I flop somebody? I'm trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with them. When I find out about their family, where they live, their occupation, I have found out what has kept that person from achieving. I'm diagnosing that person. You're working, right? And you're still broke. Something's got to change. Here's change. It's called me. You see, I don't say this, but that's the posture. That's the close. People need to be told what to do. Tell them. Find out what they want. I need extra money. Great. Here's how we're going to do it. Walk them through it. And I'm going to be here every step of the way. Now you need to get started. Give direction. If not, next. If it's up to you to find the hot button, the key benefit of your offering, that is what the prospect wants more than anything else. Okay? I already talked about that. Got to find it. That's your job. Right? If I have a financial planner come to the house, she's going to say, okay, Okay, let's see how much money you've made. Now, where is your money? Well, it's in my shoebox. Okay, well, it's not going to compound in the shoebox. Here's what I suggest we do with your money. We put here, we put here, we put it here, we put it here. And this will allow it to grow. He's given me direction, right? Look at any industry. They got to find out what you're looking for and what you're trying to do. This is a big part that people leave out. We just start talking. We got the greatest product. Man, I'm telling you right now, if you take this product, you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. Great. I'm broke. You haven't addressed my problem. You'll find out where to lead people if you start doing these things. You then, to push the hot button over and over again, every time you mention the hot button, the prospect's desire to own your product or service goes up. Now we're talking products here. You guys know what I talk about. The product of the opportunity. I know why they're all there. Okay, they were there in that room. Okay, yes, the vehicle was telemedicine. But do you think they got excited if I told them how the telemedicine platform worked? Or do you think they got more excited if I showed them if they convert 600 of their patients, they can make $30,000 a month? Which one do you think got them more excited? Can we all take a little guess? Let me show you how the platform works. Right? The signal goes from the computer into, and this is how we create the screen. 600 patients on this program, $30,000 a month. That's what they all lit up like about. Do you want to know how it works? Come here, let me show you. Press this button. No, you got 4,000 patients. You think we can convert 600? Oh, yes. Great. Let me show you your earnings. Now you got them. We talk about all the other stuff. Okay, now, good salespeople are those who question skillfully and listen carefully to the answers. I already told you the questions. That's easy. Okay? If you ask enough questions and give prospects enough opportunity to talk, they will tell you everything that you need to, okay, will you sell them? I hate that. I don't like sell. I don't need to sell anything. I'm just getting them. I'm just repeating back to them what I know they need. That's all I do. If you ask enough questions and give prospects enough opportunity to talk. Biggest problem with most distributors, they're the ones yapping. You learn nothing when you're yapping. Let them yap. And you're going to find out so much about people. It's so fun. It is so fun. And then when they all leave, we could talk about them. That's my favorite thing, when they leave, okay? Okay. So, me and Lisa just sit there and just talk about everybody, especially the ones that said no. We really ruin them. See, that's for us. That's for us because you have to make it fun. Right? Come on. Tell me we don't do that. Okay? I'm just telling you, that's how you stay in the game. Otherwise, you're going to be a nervous wreck. As a professional, you listen for the hot button and you build the selling efforts around that. Unless you know the hot button, it is impossible for you to make the sale. Okay. What's the hot button for most people, guys? Jeff, all you talk about is money, 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 money. Let me ask you here. Are you guys here just to hang out? Okay. Then why do we pretend? I just like to help people, Jeff. I just like to help people. Okay, great. I think that's wonderful. Okay? Okay, I think that's just so nice. Go help people. I like to help people too, but I'm going to be honest about it. And I'm not making fun. Some people don't like my style. That's just what I do. You need to find a style. That's what I'm going to tell all of you. Find your style. And when you find your style and you're sold on it, they'll be sold on it. But it goes back to belief. It goes back to the belief in what you're doing. Otherwise, you won't make the power of suggestion close. You won't ever ask for the sale if you don't believe. Right? You'll never try to find the hot button because you're not sold yet. I'm telling you, that's the biggest thing in closing is you're not sold yet in what you're doing or what you're bringing people into. Why? Well, because I haven't gotten the results yet. Okay. Here we go again, chicken and the egg. The way you use the power of suggestion, close, is by creating emotion in the prospect with words or pictures. Facts tell, stories sell. If your story relates to the person that you're talking to, share it. If you know they're going to relate to the story because you already know their needs and wants, I started off with a story in front of the room. I said, listen, let me tell you the secret to our success was showing physicians how to implement a nutritional supplement program into their practice. And I would tell a story. And I said, listen, I would tell the doctor, Doc, do you know how many patients are going to GNC and buying nutritional supplements? Oh, yeah, all the time. Why wouldn't you want to capture those dollars? Well, I have to see the double-blind studies. Well, you know what? GNC has no double-blind studies. And guess what? You know how many billions of dollars they did last year? In other words, wake up. Why are you letting those dollars leave your practice? So I told that story. I said, you know why I told you that story? Because it's the same thing right now. You know how many of your patients are looking for telehealth and you don't have it? Those dollars are leaving your practice. Why not you capture it? Told a story. Got them buying in because it was a true story. There's a stay-at-home mom story. There's a corporate exec story. You all have stories. People in your companies have stories. That's how you get people to see. You talk to the prospect as if he already owns the product or service you are selling. I've told you this before. I'm always talking to people as they're already involved. Hey, Doc, let me tell you what we're going to do. I didn't say, hey, you know what, if you do this. Doc, let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come in. We're going to put posters in your waiting room talking to people how you adopted our program. Right? We're going to make sure your front desk people know how to sign people up for the membership. Because our goal, Doc, is to convert this amount of people so we could get you earning no less than $2,500 your first month, whatever it is. I just paint a picture. I talk to them as they're already involved. So same thing. Let's relate it. Okay, here's what we're going to do, John. Okay, we know what you want. What amount of money would make a difference in your life? $3,000. Okay, $3,000. Let me tell you how we're going to do that. We're going to put together your list, right? And I'm going to be helping you with this. And from this list, how many people do you think, John, you could have on your list? 300. Okay, 300. Perfect. Now, here's all we're going to do. You see this video? We're going to get this video. See, I got to get him to see it. And I'm telling you, I know my numbers, John. See, I'm speaking with conviction. Out of 300, we're going to get 30 people interested. And out of 30, we're going to get 10 people. And when 10 people buy this middle package, you just made $3,000. See, I'm prepared. I know my numbers. And now, you see with words or pictures, didn't I just walk you through? Oh, okay. I just got to make my list. You're going to help me? I just got to show them a video? And a certain percentage of them are going to want more information? And this is going to be my result at the end of the month? Yes. You talk to them throughout as if they had already made the decision. This is what's going to happen if we do this. You continually try to create a mental picture of what it's going to mean, right? To use, to enjoy, to the benefit, to own the product. Yeah. That too. I'm not dismissing it. Of course the product is going to be used. Of course they're going to get the results there. But remember, I'm not spending time and showing a business plan for someone who just wants my product. That's easy. Here, go to my website, buy the product. I'm telling you, when you take the product, here's the results you're going to get. You're going to love the product. I don't spend a lot of time with product users. I don't have to. All I got to do is get it in their mouth. Well, guess what we're going to do at the event? See, we have a service. But guess what we did at every other event? We served the coffee. We had a product in our nutritional supplement company called the Love Pill. True story. So we would have bowls of Love Pill around the party, and you see people going, they're looking around, they go, taking the Love Pill. I get in front of the room and go, listen, if you've taken more than 2 Love Pill, okay, it's going to be dangerous tonight for your spouse. I'm telling you. And everybody would just have fun. Okay, we put out Love Pills. I'm telling you, it's called Love Pill. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? And so I don't spend time on that. That's easy. Now, can you imagine taking Love Pill and doing what I'm doing and making money? Let's talk about that. Can you do what I did and put some Love Pill around the house and have some people over? Oh, yeah, I could do that. So I showed them how easy it was to make money by marketing Love Pill. Then we had Love Pill shirts. It became fun. Have you had your Love Pill today? This is 20 years ago. Oh, my God. I'm going back now. So you talk to them throughout. Okay, you got all that. Next. What time is it? All right, 48. As you these emotions. Okay. I don't like this slide. You should always be positively and confidently talking to your prospects, and language suggests that you already own your product or service. Okay. This right here, guys, is belief. How can you market something, okay, if you're not using it? Now, obviously, a seasoned person doesn't have to use their product to market it. Okay, but I'm not trying to create that. We got to create product users. Step 1 of our program for years was step 1, you use all the product. Always. And I told you guys this before, I've always been the best consumer of my product. Always. I mean, I would take 6 Love Pill. I drink 7 cups of coffee, right? I go to extreme, but I did. I legitimately love our products. I'm a user of telehealth. I have it, so I don't have to go to the doctor. I wear my wearable, right? My Hilo. I wear that. I take my nutritional supplements every day. But I've chosen one company to market the opportunity. So I could be a consumer of many products, but I'm going to market one opportunity. So I want you guys to do the same thing. Wait a minute, what happened? How did that happen? I went way back. This is a good Friday morning, huh? Hang on, I gotta find out where I'm at. Okay, technique number 3, the invitation close. The invitation close is used when you simply invite the prospect to make a business decision. Showing them what it can mean for them and telling them what to do to get it. This is a posture, okay? And if you want what I have, or you want me to show you how to get there, now watch this. What if you haven't gotten there yet and you're trying to represent yourself? Okay, now this is where you may bring in a third party. This is where you do a social event where maybe someone more seasoned is helping you in the beginning. A 3-way call. But one of the easiest ways to close in the beginning, if you have a product you can sample, because we used to sample. Okay, we used to sample 2 weeks of 3 instant gratification products. You may have that. If you don't, okay, you can maybe demo it, whatever you have. Okay, to show them. When you say, why don't you give it a try, you are saying or suggesting that making the purchase decision is no big deal. It is sort of something that you can try, like saying it is an easy decision to make. One of the things that a lot of companies now have is demoing through a video. They have these unbelievable video nows that walk people through the experience, right? See, the company we're still trying to create the videos. Everything now is vision. But you know what blew up the company we just came from? World Global Network, a simple 2-minute video about the power of what this device can do. When I had coffee, the power of this ingredient in the coffee, if you drank it, the nutritional supplements, they all had a story. So that's what I mean by sampling. Sampling them, if you don't have a product to sample physically, then sample them the video or sample. You know what I love to sample, guys? And I told you this and I started. This is why I love this business. I like to sample the people because that's my product. That's why I keep saying, now you know what I mean by it's not about the widget. If your product is good, which you all have great products, you know there's a need for your product. If I unmuted all of you, you could tell me that you believe your product works, right? I don't think there's disbelief there. But you know what you have to start to really market and sample? Sample your energy, sample your excitement, sample your belief, and then put together a team of people that believe like you believe and market them. And watch how many people get involved with your business. That's what happened last night. It was me, Lisa, Tariq, Fran. We had Ron Cooper. I don't want to leave anybody out. We had 7 people, I think 7 people that were in the business. And they were all positioned in around different areas of the house. And guess what? That's what I was marketing. I would tell a doctor, go talk to Fran. She's from Philadelphia. I would market Fran. Then I talk to somebody else. I go talk to Tariq. I'm marketing them. And everybody's going, wow, this is a great group of people. This is crazy. This is fun. Here, have another glass of wine. Okay? This is how we do it. Is this making sense to anybody? That's how you build a business. I'm not marketing my ingredients. I'm marketing the people I'm working with. I'm marketing the stories. That's what I want. All right, and this right here, guys, the story close, okay? I just told you about all that. I'm done with these slides, okay? Okay, that's enough. Okay, this close, that close. I'm telling you how to close. I'm telling you how you got to do it. And you have to take the first step. If you haven't done one yet, do it. Just watch what happens. Worst case, bring people over, okay? Start talking. Play your video for 3 minutes. That's your presentation. Just do that. Just say, watch this. Whoop. Okay, go back to partying. But watch what starts to happen. Now, if you don't want to do that, here's my point. Whatever you do, you got to run numbers. Otherwise, you can't have 4 out of 5 no's if you don't run numbers. You got 2 people in your funnel for the last 60 days. You're wondering why it's not working. Come on. Really? That's how you do this. You all have great companies. You all have great products. Every one of your companies has top earners. What I'm telling you is nothing different than they would tell you. I promise you that. I remember when we were at World, one of the people that was in another company with me, His name is Gerald Wilkins. Okay, now, some of you may have known Gerald, okay? Great guy. He said, man, congratulations on your success. It's blowing up. He goes, but let me caution you, Jeff. Okay, and I knew this. He goes, everything you're doing is online. Be careful. You can't take the people out of the people business. In other words, what he was saying was you could get some traction, but eventually you got to get in there with the people. And he was right, 100%. We very rarely did live events unless it was a big one. But, you know, when we were with our Organo Gold Coffee, man, you know what we did? We had coffee jazz mixers. Now watch this. This may scare some of you. The month we went diamond, which was the top rank there, we did 92. They call them coffee jazz mixers in a month. My team. I personally did 30 of them. In other words, every night for 30 days, I was in somebody else's house or a hotel or whatever. Well, Jeff, the industry's changed. Okay. Okay, the industry's changed. And I'm not saying to do 92. I'm talking about, here's my message, activity every day. Every day. People say, well, I'm working hard. Really? Come on. If you're really honest, when you hang up today, put together the hours you really put into your business last week. If you were a store, how often were you open last week? And what I mean by that, if you weren't prospecting, making phone calls, doing presentations, I'm not talking about sitting and thinking about it. You were actually active. It'll be eye-opening to you if you're honest with yourself. Because I used to tell myself all the time I'm working hard, right? As I went to the gym for 4 hours. As I picked up the girls and took them to lunch for 2 hours. After I had lunch for an hour. And I really looked at what I did, and guess what? I made 2 phone calls, and I said, I'm working really hard. And then I went to my weekly meeting. That was work. No. So anyway, that's the closure of closing this week. Guys, I appreciate you. And this has been recorded. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday morning. Thanks, guys. Bye.